Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive that's going to sparkle and maybe send a few shivers down your spine. We're taking a look at the Hope Diamond today, and we're going to try to uncover all the history, the science, and maybe even a few of the legends surrounding this gem.
It's incredible when you think about it. One single stone that holds so much history and so many stories.
Yeah, it's like holding centuries of human stories in the palm of your hand. So let's transport ourselves back in time for a second. Imagine 17th century India. That's where our story begins. Picture this. A massive diamond is discovered, 115 carats, almost perfectly clear in that striking deep blue color people talk about. But there's more. People even back then noticed something strange about this diamond. Under UV light, it glows.
Oh, yeah. It has this eerie red glow. We know now it's caused by nitrogen and boron inside the diamond. Can you imagine seeing that back then? No wonder people started whispering about curses.
It sounds like something straight out of a movie, doesn't it? And every good story needs an adventurous character. Enter Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, a French gem merchant. He gets his hands on this incredible diamond. But how he got it? Well, that's where the story gets a little murky. Some say he bought it fair and square. Others claim he took it from a Hindu statue.
It really adds to the mystery. Like, was this the start of the curse?
Oh, for sure. But Tavernier, he wasn't fazed by any rumors. He goes and sells the diamond to King Louis XIV. And not for a small price. For an absolute king's ransom. Oh, and get this. Tavernier was even granted a noble title as part of the deal.
Wow. That says a lot about how much this diamond was worth. Not just its beauty, but its power and prestige.
Right. It was perfect for a king like Louis XIV. Now, King Louis XIV, he was a man of style. He decides to give the diamond a little makeover, freshen it up. He has it recut to 69 carats, still a massive stone, by the way, and renames it the French Blue.
I can picture it now, sparkling in the French court.
Oh, yeah. He even wore it as a cravat pin. Can you imagine the extravagance?
It must have been breathtaking. It shows how integrated the diamond was into their culture. Not just something to hide away, but something to wear and show off.
It was a statement piece for sure. And from there, the diamond keeps traveling through the royal family. King Louis V even has it set into a ceremonial pendant. It almost seems like it's destined to stay with the French royalty forever. But then, well, history has a way of changing things up.
That's when everything changes. The French Revolution. Talk about a plot twist.
The Hope Diamond vanishes during all the chaos, stolen right from under the guards' noses.
Poof, gone.
It's like the diamond disappeared into thin air, and for decades, no one knows where it is.
The French blue, a symbol of royal power, turns into a lost treasure. Just gone.
Yeah, totally lost in history. Well, almost. Fast forward a few decades to 1812. We're in London now. A blue diamond pops up out of nowhere.
Okay.
And get this. It reappears right when the statute of limitations for that French theft expires.
Oh, wow. You think that's a coincidence?
I don't know. Seems a little suspicious to me. This new diamond, though, is smaller, only 44 carats. But experts examine it and confirm. It IS the French blue, just recut.
No, that's incredible. They use science to crack a historical mystery. It's like putting a puzzle together.
It makes you wonder about all those missing years, doesn't it? Where was it? Who had it?
It's amazing to think about.
Now, this new diamond, it doesn't stay put for long. It keeps changing hands. There's even a theory that King George V of England owned it for a bit. But what happened after that is anyone's guess. Maybe he sold it to pay off gambling debts. Or maybe, just maybe, a mistress stole it.
Oh, wow. A royal scandal.
I know. It's like something out of a soap opera.
It shows you even kings and queens have their secrets.
But finally, in 1839, the diamond finds its way to a wealthy London banker named Henry Hope. And he pays a fortune for it, $60,000, which, believe it or not, is over $2 million in today's money.
Wow.
And that's how the Hope Diamond gets its name. From this banker, Henry Hope.
And so a new chapter begins. The diamond becomes more than just a jewel. It becomes a legend.
A legend with a dark side. Because we can't forget about the infamous curse that follows the Hope Diamond. Are you ready to explore that?
Let's do it.
All right, let's dive into the dark side of this glittering gem. It's curse time.
All right, so we're talking curses, but we got to be careful here. A lot of what you hear about the Hope Diamond's curse, it's based on stories. Speculation passed down through time.
Yeah, but that's what makes it so much fun, right? Who doesn't love a good mystery? Especially one with a giant diamond at the center of it. The Hope Diamond's curse, it has it all. Misfortune, intrigue, maybe even a little bit of spooky fun.
Yeah, it's definitely become a part of the diamond story. So much so, it's almost impossible to separate what's real and what's just a good story. And some of these tales, they get pretty wild.
Oh, yeah. We're talking financial ruin, disappearances, even whispers of people going mad or dying.
Exactly.
Like a real-life treasure hunt gone wrong.
And some people trace the curse all the way back to the beginning. Remember Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, our French gem merchant?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Legend has it that after he sold the diamond, he met a pretty gruesome end. Mauled by wild dogs.
Oh, wow.
Now, we don't know for sure if that's actually true, but it sure makes for a good story, right?
It does. And then there's the French Revolution. The royal family who owned the diamond, well, let's just say things didn't end well for them.
Yeah, they lost their heads during the revolution.
That definitely adds fuel to those curse rumors, doesn't it?
It makes you wonder. And it wasn't just royalty. Remember the Hope family? The ones who gave the diamond its name?
Right.
Well, they had their share of bad luck, too. Some stories say they faced serious money problems. And there were even rumors about family members dying under mysterious circumstances.
It's almost like this beautiful diamond is a magnet for bad luck. You'd think people would be scared to go near it.
You would. But there's something about the Hope Diamond that keeps drawing people in, even with the risks.
Like it's just too fascinating to resist.
It's like those stories, whether they're true or not, they become part of the diamond's identity.
Yeah, and let's not forget about that eerie red glow we talked about. Can you imagine seeing this priceless gem glowing red under certain light?
Oh, I can see how people would connect that to the curse for sure.
It's almost like a warning sign, right? Like, don't touch.
Exactly.
So where do you stand on all this? Do you think the Hope Diamond is really cursed? Or is it all just a bunch of unfortunate coincidences?
Well, from a scientific perspective,
Mm-hmm.
there's no evidence to back up the curse idea. It's more likely that the diamond's history got exaggerated over time.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidences and tragedies turned into a really captivating story.
I can see that, but honestly, that's part of what makes the Hope Diamond so interesting, right? It's not just a beautiful gem, it's a story. A legend that people are still fascinated by centuries later.
It reminds us of how powerful stories can be. They shape how we see the world, even when we know they might not be completely true.
Yeah, for sure. But let's be real here. The Hope Diamond is more than just bad luck and scary stories. It's been a star, it's inspired artists, jewelers, even filmmakers.
You're right. It's a cultural icon. Let's talk about that. The Hope Diamond's impact goes way beyond just the purse.
Okay, so we've covered the smoky stuff, but now let's talk about the glamorous side of the Hope Diamond, because this gem has lived a pretty amazing life. It's been worn by royalty, seen by millions. It's even been on the big screen. Remember the Heart of the Ocean necklace from Titanic?
Oh, yeah.
That was inspired by the Hope Diamond.
It's amazing how its story has gone beyond just the diamond itself. It's become a symbol, something people recognize even if they don't know all the details.
From kings and queens to Hollywood, the Hope Diamond has definitely left its mark on the world. From the mines of India to the red carpets of Hollywood, it's been quite a journey for this diamond. You know, it really makes you think about how some objects become part of our collective imagination.
I think it's more than just that. The Hope Diamond represents something bigger, you know? It speaks to our fascination with beauty and rarity and how stories can shape our perceptions.
It's true, it's like this little blue gem holds so much history and desire, maybe even a little bit of fear, tucked away in its facets.
And that brings up a really interesting question. Does the Hope Diamond's beauty outweigh the curse? Or is it the other way around? Does the danger make it even more alluring?
Right, it's like, would it be as captivating if it were just a pretty diamond? Maybe not. Maybe that's why people are still so drawn to it, you know? It's this paradox, a symbol of beauty and potential misfortune.
Exactly. It reminds us that even beautiful things can have a dark side. And maybe that's what makes them so interesting to us.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Hope Diamond, I'm curious, what's the one thing that stands out to you the most about this diamond?
That's a good question. I think it's how the Hope Diamond has inspired so many different interpretations. Is it a scientific marvel? A cursed object? A symbol of power? Depends on who's telling the story.
That's a good point. It really makes you wonder what people will say about it years from now. Will the curse still be a big part of the story? Or will we see it in a whole new light?
Maybe it'll always be a bit of a mystery. And that's part of its appeal, you know? We may never know the whole truth, but that uncertainty just adds to the fascination.
I think you're right. The Hope Diamond is a perfect example of a story that's meant to be explored, not solved. It's a gem, a legend, and a piece of history, all in one. And it continues to captivate us with its beauty and mystery even after all these years. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of the Hope Diamond. And until next time, keep exploring the fascinating stories that the world has to offer.